Alright guys, today we're going to check out a pair of truly wireless earbuds that retail for $46. And actually on top of that, Amazon even has a 10% off coupon, so we're really looking closer to 40 bucks. And the pair we're going to look at is the Dveda C5. So we're going to check out to see if the build quality, the features, the sound, and all of that make these earbuds a great value at 40 bucks. So the first thing we need to point out is it has Bluetooth 5.0. So I didn't have any issues when it came to watching videos and having lag. I also didn't have any dropout or connection issues either. And that is really important because a lot of the more inexpensive earbuds have issues with this. Now it also has an IP68 rating, so it is actually considered waterproof, but I would still keep it more towards just rain and sweat proof and not necessarily submerge these into water. Now inside the box you do get the usual small, medium, and large silicone ear tips. It also has micro USB, which I am not a fan of, but sometimes I can excuse that when we're talking about a $40 pair of truly wireless earbuds. Now speaking of the charging cable, battery life is also kind of interesting on these because you're going to get around 4 to 5 hours of listening time. Now if you listen to your earbuds kind of loud, go ahead and expect that you're going to get closer to 4 hours. Now they do say if you're using these just for talking, you're going to get closer to 6 hours. The real interesting thing here though is the charging case is giving you around 110 hours, which basically means the charging case will give you 26 charges of the earbuds before you even have to charge the case. And the reason that's possible is the case has a 3500 milliamp battery, which it even has a USB output on the case so that you're able to charge your phone or tablet or anything like that straight from the case itself. Now the one thing I don't like is to cover the USB port and the micro USB port, it has this little flap. And to me that just kind of makes the case itself look cheap. And also the case has a little bit of size to it, so they added the little loophole in the side so that you're able to attach this string that comes with it. That way you can loop it around your wrist or your belt loop or something like that instead of keeping it in your pocket. Now another interesting thing about the case is if the earbuds are not sitting in there like just right, whenever you open the lid, it kind of catches on the earbuds and it's kind of aggravating. Now it's not affecting anything. Maybe over time you will see where the case is hitting the earbuds, but again, if you make sure that they're placed in there just right, this won't be an issue. So now let's look at the earbuds themselves. These actually have touch controls and the touch controls work very well, except for the fact that I think the controls, at least to me, feel backwards. And that's mainly because I've tried out a ton of truly wireless earbuds and it always seems as though the right hand side is the moving forward side. So that is skipping your tracks forward, that's turning your tracks up, where on these, it's the left side that's doing that. Although the touch controls control everything, it does take a little getting used to know if you want to turn the volume up or you want to skip forward, you have to use the left ear, as to where if you want to turn the volume down or go back to the previous track, you have to use the right ear. Took a while to get used to, but it is possible. But you can also use your smart assistant with these earbuds, which is really nice. So if you're wanting to use these individually, you'll be happy to know that you can use either the left or the right individually. It just switches over into mono mode so that it's playing all of your audio out of one earbud. Now, if you're wanting to take calls, another huge plus is it uses the CVC 8.0 like noise canceling microphones, which basically means if you're in a noisier environment or if you're in public, it's going to do the best job that it can to block out a lot of your surrounding sounds. But you guys can be a judge by listening to the test here.
All right, guys, so here is a mic test with the Dvedas. I will say that the microphone on these, to me, kind of sounds muddy. It's not like the biggest selling point on these. So if the mic is the main feature, these are ones that I don't highly recommend. And so here is the microphone with a crowd noise being played in the background. So you can kind of get an idea of what it would sound like if you were in a restaurant, a bar, or any type of public place.
So now let's talk about the sound. The first thing that I noticed when I read up on these earbuds was it says that it uses a vibrating diaphragm, which basically means it's giving you a more open sound, but it's giving a little more air into the bass. And it actually is doing that. It says a 3D sound, which I think is a gimmick. I don't really see where it's doing anything like that. It is definitely feeling like it's opening things up. Now, it's not one of those that you're going to be able to pinpoint accuracy on where instruments are coming from or vocals are coming from. It's nothing like that. It's just adding a little more air to the sound, which means that the bass doesn't feel like it's right here in your face, even though it has very good impact. It has a really nice bass sound, but it has some air to it. So it doesn't sound extremely bloated, but is definitely not a tight bass either. Now, when it comes to the overall sound, I think the best way to explain these is everything has presence, but nothing feels like it's pushed forward. But it honestly doesn't feel like anything is pulled back either. It's just like they found a really good, nice overall balanced sound and then just kind of pulled it back from not feeling like it's speakers right here in front of your face. And I think some of that kind of plays into the fact that these don't get extremely loud. Now, they do get loud, but I still, for me personally, and I think for a lot of you guys out there, you might want another maybe even 2 to 3 notches in volume. Now, that also keeps these from distorting because you're not able to turn it up to that point to where these earbuds can't handle it. Again, overall, it's a very nice, fun, dynamic sound without feeling like it's in your face. So treble comes through really nice, details come through very well. So I didn't experience any muddy sound, I didn't experience any congestion, and for $40, I was kind of surprised at a lot of the range that it was able to pick up. When I'm listening to some genres where there's just tons of stuff going on, some earbuds usually just kind of drop the ball. Like, it just starts to throw everything together and it becomes a mess and you usually can't hear things. And I didn't experience that with these. Now, again, because of the distance in the sound, it doesn't feel like it's being jammed down your throat, but it is a very nice overall sound. Now, as far as the cons go, I really think the controls needed to be flipped. I think everything moving forward should be on your right ear and everything going backward should be on your left. Now, with the charging case, I will say that that lid hitting the earbuds is aggravating, and it just means you have to really kind of play around with the earbuds to get them to fit right. And I really don't like the flap that covers the USB ports. Again, to me, it just looks cheap. And as far as the sound goes, I have no complaints with the frequencies because of the price tag. I think, though, having a little bit more volume would have been nice. This is just a hell of a deal if you're on a budget, or it's just a hell of a deal for a budget pair of truly wireless earbuds. So guys, that's my review of the Dveda C5 truly wireless earbuds. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.